The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the, believe it or not, how about that, already the middle of February. But it's not only the middle of February, it is Valentine's Day. So welcome to the February 14th Valentine's Day's edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in like Jim has at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there. Rifle off an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic Valentine's Day Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, a bit of a mixed market. The only thing that's mixed is the only thing that's trading lower is the NDX 100. It's up by about 5 points. The Dow is flat. S&P, hold on. I got to get back here. The S&P is basically flat. The Dow's off 70 points. Russell's off about 6. Semi's down 6. You've got gold up 8. Silver's up 11 pennies. Light sweet crude 34 cents. Natural gas is up a tad. Leading the charge dollar-wise. The upside booking holdings 41 bucks. Dexcom up 37. Nvidia is up $18, and that's where we're going to begin our day with Jim in Palm Harbor. Jim, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good, Steve. It's always a pleasure to get to talk to you.
Well, always a pleasure to receive your call. Now, are you in Nvidia? That's the question.
Yes, I'm in it. I've got 25 shares. It's not a big position by some standards, but I was curious about what you thought about it and what you thought of it, both kind of in the short term and the long term. And then I'm also curious what you think about the overall market.
Sure. So let's start with the overall. Well, let's just start with Nvidia. Let's just stay put here. So what do I think? I think, hey, congrats. You're in a great trade so far. Now, price is moving higher. You're doing it with less relative energy. Is that a reason to exit the trade? I say no, it is not. You're either in wave number 2 to the upside on the daily time frame or wave number 7 to the upside. Today is going to be bar number 9 of a TD setup 9 count. Now, what that means to me is there's the potential for a top, but you got this nice wide-ranging bar. Yes, it's a gap to the upside, same as a wide-ranging bar. In fact, even stronger than a wide-ranging bar, but that doesn't really matter out here. What matters there are some topping signals, and so I would just simply adjust my stop. I certainly would not go short. So if I'm not going to go short, would I exit the trade? Well, there's a possibility. I mean, if you say, look, you know what, I get those topping signals, something else could happen, then I could get that. But for me, I would be sticking with it because you have another sign of strength today. If I look at the weekly time frame chart, well, the weekly time frame chart says, okay, Steve-O, I see your sign of strength, but if I'm going to run into resistance, it's at 292.76. And you're 289 and change. 292.76 began a TD 9 count pattern to the bottom, so that becomes a resistance level. So now, would I sell? I don't know, because if Nvidia closes on a weekly basis, Jim, above 292.76, then you have a breakout to the upside, and so you're already in it. I would still stay, knowing that you're going to receive some resistance, or should see some resistance at 292.76. And on the monthly time frame, do I have anything to assist us? Only in wave number 2, letter B on my screen, and so that bodes well longer term. So before we switch over to any other charts on a 30-minute time frame, what Stevie have? I've got a Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal that took place at the high today, create a little shooting star on a 30-minute time frame basis. Price is pulling back to Stevie's green line, 288.26. So this should be support intraday for it. If it's not, Jim, then the next support level on NVIDIA would be 282.49. That would be the bottom of its 30-minute profile. So what questions do you have on these charts? And if you don't have, and once we get that resolved, then we go take a look at your other question, just kind of like the general market.
Well, you pretty well answered my questions on NVIDIA. I was wondering what you thought of it, both short and long term, and whether you were showing any topping patterns. And,
okay. Okay.
On my charts, I don't know why it's different, but I get a different TD9 count on the weekly, on a 3-year weekly chart. I didn't know why there's some difference there, but other than that,
so on the weekly, we'd be in bar number 7. What do you have?
Oh, okay. Yeah, 7.
Yeah,
that's
the
good.
daily. Okay, good.
Okay.
So we're good there. I want to just make sure, because if there's on the daily, we're going to be in bar number 9.
Right. Okay. That's where I just got confused.
Yeah, no problem. I tend to do that to folks. That's why I always ask, what other questions do you have after I just went through my spiel? Because, if I haven't confused you, then I have to try harder.
Okay.
All right. So with regard to the general market overall, where would you like the focus? Kind of give me a feel for the is there an indice? Is there give me some type of feel for what's behind the question?
Yeah, I'm kind of into tech. That's the way I made my living for years, and I understand technology, especially like digital technology with chips and semiconductors and things, and that's what I think a lot of the future will be in, because just about everything has memory or a processor or both in it, and so I lean towards the NASDAQ.
Okay, all right. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ, or a couple things that we can talk about in the NASDAQ. In the case of the NASDAQ, I'll look at the NQ, which is going to be panel number 2 on this time frame chart out here. And so when we take a look at the NQ, here's what we know. We know that it is above all resistance levels from a TAS market profile standpoint. That's the top of its daily and its weekly, which are shown here, but it's also above the top of its monthly and its quarterly, which are not shown here. So this is in full-out breakout mode out here. The NQ, the only topping pattern that it has in play right now is the Rhodes momentum indicator. And as we speak right now, because yesterday's body of its candle was so small, you actually have a bearish engulfing candle right now. That's not a problem unless we see a close today below 95.66. But, Jim, we're just about to go to a break. So if you'd be kind enough to hold on through this break, we'll come back to you, see how I've confused you about what the NASDAQ, in essence, is doing. And we'll go from there. All right, my friend?
Okay. That's fine.
All right. You bet. We'll be right back with Jim in Palm Harbor. Steve wants to hear from you, too. By the way, if I didn't say it, happy Valentine's Day. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Jim in Palm Harbor. We're taking a look at the NASDAQ specifically, or a couple things. So the NASDAQ right now is in full-out breakout mode out here. But before we're going to breakout, markets are pulling back a bit. And the key level of support to be watching, this is the ES Mini. Let me pull out the NASDAQ. My apology there. Just grabbed the wrong chart, but we'll pull this out. Is the key level today to be watching is going to be the oscillator and change line. That's 95.66 or somewhere in that vicinity. I know you use this tool as well. So as long as price stays above that, then the NASDAQ is in pretty good shape. If there were to be a close below 95.66, that could signal that price would pull back to support, and support being either 92.87, that's the top of its weekly profile, 92.60 is the top of the daily, or we've got 89.66, it's TD9 breakout area. That's not what I'm thinking is the outcome, but I just simply allow the market to tell us what it's going to do. And right now, it's still in an all-out bullish mode. As long as price remains above Stevie's green line out there and prices above all of those profiles. Now, if the NASDAQ is going to continue to run higher, the question is run higher to where? And for that, when you're above all types of profile levels, then I have to resort to taking a look at horizontal trading ranges. And this is a monthly time frame chart, but we have both the weekly and the daily horizontal trading ranges on this. And this suggests to me that price is going to run up into the 99.40, 10.082-ish type area. That's the next horizontal trading range. So unless there's something that just really goes awry in the next 2.5 hours, market conditions are bullish, period. End of story. That's what I see when I take a look at the general market. If the market generates some other signal today, we'll take a look at it then. But as we speak at 1:20 in the afternoon, this is, the markets are bullish.
Well, that's good. That's what I was hoping to hear.
I mean, I don't see, there's no key levels of support that have been broken, pierced, or anything. If the VIX can stay below its 50-day exponential moving average, right now it's kind of testing it. The exponential moving average is 1438, price at 1445, so it's just testing that. If it stays down below the 50-day, the S&P is going to go sideways to higher. That's just simply the way that it would typically unfold. And, if we take a look at just simply overall performance in the marketplace, and this is taking a look at about 100 different ETFs that are out there. This is looking at different countries. This is looking at some different sectors. And if you take a look at what is leading out here, it is absolutely tech. The Qs are up nearly 10% for 2020. You've got the Clean Energy Fund, that is ICLN. That's the only thing that is outperforming with this entire group here. That's up 13%. And that Clean Energy Fund does not even have Tesla in it. So there's, some moving going on in that area. Utilities are up about 7%. Global Tech, which is IXN, that's up 9+. Yeah, so it's so the point of taking a look at this, Jim, and I won't belabor it. I just kind of had mentioned it yesterday. There's a lot of folks. There's going to be a lot of news over the weekend, and who knows what's really going on in China. But it's certainly not good news out there, or doesn't appear to be good news. And with that just is like a scare factor. People will think, there's going to be a contagion, and in the stock market, things are just simply going to get crushed. And I say BS to that because that was before Steve shared with you this set of data out here, as well as to just simply say money's going to flow somewhere. Money is going to flow somewhere. Jim, if you won the lottery today, the investment lottery, and that meant that I just put into your account $20 million. You can't touch a penny of it, but you can have half of the profits that you can generate off of that. And here's the other deal. You have to invest it all. You've got to invest it all, and I'm going to say you have to invest it all by next Friday. That would be the deal. Are you going to place money in China? The China markets? Are you going to place it? Are you going to place it in Europe? Anywhere in Europe right now, whether it's the UK or Euro-based country, are you going to place it there?
No, it's going to be the good old USA.
Okay, and so it could be the good old USA. It could be in U.S. Treasuries. It could be in King Dollar. It could be in the stock market. You're going to be putting it into some type of certainly U.S. dollar denominated type of investment. And so if I ask you that situation, you just won that lottery, and the lottery is you've got the opportunity to make a lot of money, but you're only going to make it based upon the profits that you make. You can't touch the principal. And you've got to have it fully invested. And that's where I just simply say, where would you place those investments? And that kind of helps you. Stocks. What's that?
It would definitely be in United States stocks.
Okay, so I think then you can answer your own question. Questions are very powerful. If you ask a lousy question, we know we're going to get a lousy answer. If we ask a good question, we should get a good answer. In this case here, part of your question to me was, my overall take on the markets. And I just gave you what could be a real life example, so to speak, where you are forced to put that money to work, and you've answered the question where you would do that. And I think that's what we see when we just try to take a look at the bigger picture of the markets. And so the whole point is, let's not get caught up too much into the news or the way that some headlines might be traded by some algos out there.
Yeah, okay. I think the flu epidemic here is much worse than probably even the. I mean, SARS didn't. Not that it's unimportant that people died from SARS and stuff, but only 800 died, mostly in China there. And then this coronavirus, it's less deadly than the SARS was. And
now, Jim, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Here. I don't want you talking logically on this show. Okay, 'cause we don't, please don't start giving me logical. Okay, look, your thinking is dead on, which kind of also though makes me think, perhaps you as well, maybe there's something about this virus that really isn't being told to us. Because
Yeah,
you're
I
absolutely
think
right.
so.
There's going to be way more people that are going to die from just the flu this year in the United States at this stage of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that number is, but a lot of folks die from the flu, right? And to my knowledge, I can still go outside, go to the store, and do whatever I'm going to do.
Right.
So your logic is dead on, but we can't. Hey, we can't talk logically during the show.
No bullying expression, huh?
Just kidding. All right, hey Jim, good to talk to you. Have a nice weekend, and we'll look forward to
you
talking
too.
to you again.
I really appreciate you.
No problem. And I appreciate you as well. That was Jim in Palm Harbor. So right now we got all the indices are trading lower. Mr. Bill, the time between okay. So we're about to go to break here. Folks, I'll check my email, see if anybody has sent in any requests. I think somebody wanted to look at gasoline, so I'll open up the Den feed, see what maybe folks were looking at. Oh, by the way, I did mention there is a brand new profile that's attempting to form out here inside the ES Mini. Resistance, 3388. Support, the bottom of the box at 3308. And center of the box at 3348. 12,000 people each year die from the flu. Is that what it is, Ruby? Yeah, exactly. So there's something wrong with the message being sent to us, folks. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off about 100, S&P down 4 points. A couple of questions that have come in. Let's go to those. The first one is take a look at gasoline. That's the March contract that is currently active. No, I don't know what you're looking for out here, but here's what we can share with you. Right now, price is above the top of the daily box out there. That top of that daily profile is 1.5665. We're trading 1.5698. As long as price stays above that, it suggests that it wants to move to higher ground. Now, there's a new weekly profile that just formed, and the top of that box has been tested. So far, it's been rejected. The top of that box is 1.5853. A close above that as well would be a real positive. But at this stage here, you've got that resistance level that's on the weekly to be focused on and paying attention to. I don't see anything else. I see like a sideways move using the 4-hour time frame, the 240-minute chart out here, price above the daily. So it all looks good. Looks like it's breaking out. The real breakout would be a close above 1.5853. So I hope that helps you out. The next question was to take a look at gold, the ticker symbol GOLD. That is Barrick Gold out here. And the question was first if I could put up a weekly time frame chart, which I have. And this one actually only goes back just a few years out. Well, I guess to 2015, that qualifies. But here's really what I would share with you with regard to the weekly profile. Nice move this week out here. And the resistance area that Barrick Gold is headed towards is 1989. That's the resistance level based upon its TD setup a breakdown level. So a close above 1989 on a weekly basis would be a very positive event. If we look at the monthly time frame chart, let me populate this. The monthly time frame chart is very positive at this stage here. The reason why it's very positive is because this would be month number 3 with a close, potentially with a close above 1835. And 1835 was that resistance level set up by its TD 9 count out there. So that is that's a beautiful thing. On a quarterly basis, if we go ahead and we pull this back, what do we have out here? And the answer is going to be not much. I don't have much to give you on that quarterly time frame. Daily time frame, looks very good. The next resistance area on the daily is going to be 1989. Was that the same thing on the weekly? It was. So 1989 is going to be your big nut to crack inside of Barrick Gold. If it can close above that, it should continue to be give you the message of off to the races. The next question that came in, this is from Lee, wants to take a look at NAK. He said we looked at that yesterday. Give me thoughts on where we go from here. So at this stage, you're going to still be in bar number 7 of a TD9 count. It's still above its breakout area of 54 cents. It's a penny below its second breakout area of 58. So at this stage here, what could be going on inside of ticker symbol NAK, you see how, Lee, the oscillator and change line turned from red to green 3 days ago? Oftentimes when that happens, we see price and that line catch up to each other. So maybe that's the pattern that is underway. Now, that's at 49 cents. Doesn't say that it has to take place over a period of a day, or could be a period of days where price moves sideways. This moves, the oscillator and change line moves higher. It could be some combination of those things out here. Quickly looking at the weekly time frame chart. What does this share with us? Not anything more with regard to info out there. So, yesterday, at this stage here, you've got a completed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. I can't draw that in on this chart here. So you've got to sell the D point, but everything is above resistance out here. So this just simply, let me just see what the volume is on this here. NAK, let me pull over. Give me a second to get the charts here to work with me. There we go. And let me, now I've got to punch that up on here. NAK. And that NAK would be good. Not NASK, because there is no symbol, NASK. So, you had big volume yesterday. You got about the same volume today. Yeah, Lee, I don't have really anything else other than the possibility that you could be looking at price trying to test that oscillator and change line, but price above daily and weekly resistance and the monthly time frame. The month is not over, so I don't want to really focus too much on that. So that was on Northern Dynasty Materials. I hope that helps you out, Lee. Next question coming in from Wayne. Wayne wants to take a look at Roku. So let's go take a look at it. ROKU is the ticker symbol. And that had gapped up, sold off this morning. And right now, price is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. The bottom of that daily profile is 131.88. So it closed below 131.88 suggests that it wants lower price. Lower price to where? Well, I would have to say the bottom of its weekly profile, 121.52. So that's what I see when I take a look at profiles and the price behavior of ticker symbol ORKU. If we pull up my other set of charts out here, we can also see that price is pulling right back into Stevie's red line, and that's what it's testing. And that's just a few pennies. It's 130.43, 130.44. So if price were to close below that, Wayne, then what we'd be looking at is that move down at least to the bottom of that weekly profile. So that's all I see on the daily. No topping signal that I have of the patterns that I use to identify tops or bottoms. With regard to the weekly time frame, it did form a TD setup 9-count top. This week has been a test and rejection of Stevie's red line. It already has an 8-count bottom out here. So the weekly's got a valid bottom. And price just ran into resistance from the weekly standpoint. On a monthly, I don't think I'm going to have anything really much. No, not enough data out here for me to give you anything good on the monthly. So, Wayne, I hope that helps you out with regard to ticker symbol ROKU. Thanks so much for writing in, and have a great weekend out there. The next question coming in from Ruby, and Ruby wants to take a look at HOSS, HOSS. So as we take a look at this, looks like it's trading at about a quarter. Do I have the right symbol up here for you, Ruby? It looks like I do. And so if we take a look at it, today's going to be bar number 7 of a TD 9-count. And you'll want to watch whether or not this gets to 12 as your price. So let's see. This thing is not updating right now. Let me see here. Thanks. Let me move over to this chart while that one maybe updates. But HOSS, these here, HOSS, 12 cents. I got 35 cents. And my other chart hasn't updated. 12 is your price? Well, then the only thing that could be is, but if you can hear me, I don't have a data issue. I don't have an internet issue out here. Let me just check one thing. No, everything looks good. Well, all I can share with you is this looks, you've got decent volume behind the move today. You got volume off of the bottom on a weekly basis. It's above the weekly profile. That top was 19 cents. So if the question is, where's this headed to? And I apologize that this chart isn't updating, but that's okay. We already know the key resistance level. And the key resistance level is 41 cents. So with this trading at about 35 cents, it's headed to 41. That's based on the daily time frame. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 84, S&P is off 2. This is, of course, the Valentine's Day edition of today's Trader's Edge. So I even have my pink Valentine's Day shirt on, especially to wear on one day of the year, a couple days of the year. If you do the walk for the cure, the breast cancer, that's another nice time to wear the pink, to get the pink out, so to speak. So no other questions that we have, either in the Tiger's Den or by request email out here. So love is in the air, is what I hear. So let's go there. I went ahead and punched in the ticker symbol LOVE, L-O-V-E. So we're going to see if LOVE is actually trying to form a bottom out here. And if we take a look at LOVE, that is the company is Lovesac Company. Now, there's not too many people that are in love with this stock. As you can see, it had traded up to as high as about 46.79, trading at 10.92 right now. There are very few shareholders inside of LOVE that love their position. But if we do take a look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart shows that price is moving lower, doing less relative energy, and it's currently in wave number 7. That is letter G. So if you can see a bullish reversal candle occur as a result of that weekly Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal and a close above Stevie's red line. That's currently at about $11 and change out here. You would be in love with this stock. Hey, let's go out to a caller. We've got Rich in Oregon. Rich, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great. Thanks for taking my call, Steve.
Sure, my pleasure. How can I help you? What do you want to look at?
Looking at LTHM.
Okay.
For a possible entry.
Possible entry. And this is Live Vent Corp. Anything, you know anything about them? What do they do?
They're into energy, alternative energy.
Ah, okay, great. Okay. So you're looking for an entry. So if there's going to be an entry, first let's take a look at what it's doing on its daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. And it's really going to only be the daily and the weekly that are going to provide us with any information out here. And today, as it tried to move higher, what it did was it ran into resistance, and that resistance level is 1135. Now, granted, it traded all the way up to 1212, but right now it's trading below the top of that daily profile, 1135. So if there's resistance holds, maybe there's going to be a pullback, and we'll try to figure out where that could be. Now, one of those levels would be 909 or 937. That would be the bottom or center of its current daily profile. No guarantee that it'll get down there, but that would certainly be a potential buy area. The weekly says, hey, I've passed through resistance and I want to move higher. And the monthly doesn't have enough information on there for us to look at. So for some reason, my charts are not updating with today's data out here, but we already know what it did. There's another resistance level on this, which is 1360. Now, it did not get up to 1360 today, right? I think it was 1212 or something like that. But 1360 is another level of resistance. So if price does close above 1135, and it could even do that today, then what it would be suggesting to us is that it wants to make a move for that TD9 count breakdown area. That's a resistance that it's targeting, Rich, which is $13.60. I really don't see anything wrong with the daily time frame chart. When it did bottom back in August, it was a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. It was that bullish engulfing candle that gave you the buy or the entry signal out here. Another level on a pullback, if it were to pull back, again, I don't have today's data, but it's around the 855-ish area out there. That's looking at the weekly time frame. Now, if I move over to the daily time frame, I do have the daily. I take that back. I do have all the data out here. So another area for you to be able to look at if this were to retrace would be about 1059. And 1059 is my oscillator unchanged line. It's green. That tells us our price oscillator is above zero, so it's bullish. So the answers to your questions, a pullback would be at around 1059 or 909 and 937. Those would be the areas that I would be watching.
Okay. And by the way, they're really into lithium compounds, which is a big thing, of course, with all of the electric car issues and people wanting ion batteries for even power plants. So that's what they do.
Yeah, no, good.
Company.
Yeah, look, the entire the Clean Energy Index Fund. I don't know if LTHM is inside that. The Global Clean Energy Fund is ICLN. Now that's going to be made up of stocks in the U.S., China, elsewhere around the country or the world, I should say. But it's the leading sector of at least 100 sectors I'm looking at trading to the upside. So yeah, buy it on a pullback. And look for that 1060. Now, if price starts moving with volume to the downside, then you're probably, accelerating to the downside, then you're really probably looking at 909 and 937.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Hey, do you have time for another one?
Yeah, of course.
I was trying to get in on your show, and I didn't know whether you talked about GOLD.
We did
Barrick
talk about
Gold.
Yeah, we did. So that's okay. That's okay. What's the question that you have about Barrick Gold?
Is this thing ever going to, does it have a possibility to start moving forward on price? It just seems to be rolling around.
Well, today it's everything on the chart here looks bullish on the daily time frame chart, and its next target is 1989. I don't have any kind of a topping signal at all. I certainly see higher highs and higher lows. 1989 is the last breakdown area on the daily time frame, and that's where it's targeted. And that's both the daily and weekly time frame. And if Barrick Gold closes above 1989, both on a daily and a weekly, it's telling you about a significant move higher that is likely to unfold.
Okay. Because I was looking back on the charts into 2011, the good old days, when this thing was around $50.
Sure. And so what Barrick Gold did, so if we go back to kind of the larger picture, the long-term thesis out here, back in September of 2015, this bottom both with a wave number 7, that's letter G on my screen, and a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And it was that following month in October that generated that bullish reversal candle. So that was your bottom. On a monthly basis, what price did was it ran right up until it made, and that did for 9 months in a row. what we saw was the close of each month was a close above the close 4 months earlier. And that generated the TD9 count, and that was July of 2016. That put in the top out here. And then this thing pulled back, and it pulled back to a old resistance level or in that area. And now with a monthly close of 1835, it's suggesting that it wants to potentially, quite frankly, maybe take off to 3608. But in the meantime, that's bigger picture. In the meantime, it's got to deal with 1989. I don't know how it will deal with that. But if we do see 2 closes above that on the daily and the weekly, this is telling us that it wants to move higher. That's the only read that I can make from this chart, these sets of charts.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, Steve.
You bet. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much for calling. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back for the 2-minute wrap. Just a few.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found the computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And Tucker in the Den, you're exactly right. We're looking at a rocket ship out here, and that is ticker symbol SPCE. That's not spice. That's space. That's a Virgin Galactic Holdings out here, and we've got a Denner that's got a double out there, more than 100% on this chart. And so the question is, can we figure out where this is headed to? Look, it's above all profiles, daily, weekly, so that's not going to help us out. There's actually not even enough data for me to put this in a horizontal trading range. So now the question is, well, where's it headed to? And all we can do is just take a look at, signals, topping signals. Today's going to be the day following bar 9 of a TD setup. 9 count of the 9s mattered in the past. Well, the last 9 count, we saw a little bit of a retracement out here. So let me get my cursor. That was back on the trading day of January 22nd. You had a 3-day pullback into an area of support, that TAS market profile. We had a little TD 9 count back here, December 31st of 2019. That also topped on bar number 10. Then price just moved sideways out there. This bottom with bar number 9 out here, November 25th, that was down at about $6.90. It's at $27 right now. So the daily time frame and price moving higher, doing less relative energy. So the TD9 seem to be working on space. And this would suggest that what we should see is some type of maybe there's some type of pullback for a couple of days, sideways-ish type move out there. At least that's what the daily is suggesting. The weekly time frame out here, it is just a rocket ship. You're in wave number 2, but it's also going to be bar number 9 on a weekly basis out here. So you got 2 9s monthly. I don't think there's enough data. No, there's not. So, Phil, a great trade out there. And best of luck. It looks like space is maybe going to land and take a little bit of a breather before it heads to its next constellation, wherever that might be out there. So, folks, I want you to have a terrific weekend. We won't be here on Monday. Thank goodness we get that extra day off to celebrate all of the presidents. And a happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Be safe out there. And I look forward to seeing you on Terrific Tuesday. Take care.